He woke up on silk sheets that didn't smell like him. The ceiling above was so high it made him dizzy. For one terrifying second, he thought he had died. Then he heard a soft voice say, "You're safe now." And that's when he realized Christmas had changed everything. Ethan Cole hadn't slept properly in years. Sleep was a luxury for men who weren't counting coins before buying bread, for men who didn't fall asleep worrying about school fees, heating bills, and whether their child would wake up sick in the middle of the night. Ethan was 36, a single father, a widower, though he hated that word. It felt too final. His world revolved around one small person, his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. She had his eyes and her mother's laugh. That laugh was the hardest part. Every time Lily laughed, it felt like a gift and a wound at the same time. They lived in a cramped apartment above a closed-down grocery store. The heater worked only when it wanted to. The walls were thin. The stairs creaked like they were tired of holding people up. But Lily called it home, and that was enough for him. On Christmas Eve, Ethan lost his job. The restaurant manager didn't even look him in the eye. "I'm sorry, man. Cuts, nothing personal." It was always personal when rent was due in 5 days. Ethan walked home through falling snow, his hands shoved deep into his worn jacket pockets. He kept smiling in his head, practicing the smile he would give Lily. She didn't need to know. She didn't need that weight. He stopped at a small bakery and counted his money twice before buying 1 cinnamon roll instead of 2. "We'll share," he whispered to himself. That night, Lily fell asleep early, clutching a tiny paper angel she had made at school. Ethan sat by the window, watching snow coat the empty street. Then he heard crying. At first, he thought he imagined it, but it came again, soft, broken, and scared. He put on his shoes. Outside, near the bus stop, a woman sat on the bench. Her coat was thin. Her hair was dark and messy from the snow. Her hands were shaking. "Are you okay?" Ethan asked, keeping his distance. She looked up fast, eyes wide like she expected danger. But what Ethan saw surprised him. Not fear, not weakness, pride, pain, exhaustion. "I'm fine," she said quickly. He nodded. "Okay." He turned to leave. "Wait," she said. He stopped. "My phone died. I missed my ride. Everything's closed." Her voice cracked on the last word. Ethan glanced at the empty street, then back at her. He thought of Lily upstairs, thought of the cinnamon roll they hadn't eaten yet. "You can come inside," he said, "just to warm up." She hesitated. "I have a daughter," he added gently. "You're safe." That did it. She followed him upstairs. His apartment was small but clean. Lily slept on the couch, wrapped in a blanket. The woman's eyes softened when she saw her. "She's beautiful," she whispered. "Thanks," Ethan said. "She's my whole world." He offered the woman tea and half a cinnamon roll. She shook her head. "I can't." He cut it anyway and pushed it toward her. "It's Christmas." Her eyes filled with tears, but she smiled and took a bite. "I'm Clara," she said. "Ethan." They talked quietly while Lily slept. Clara didn't say much about herself. She said she worked a lot, that she had made a mistake tonight, that she wasn't used to needing help. Ethan understood that kind of pain. When midnight came, Clara stood up. "Thank you. I won't forget this." He shrugged. "Just pass it on." She paused at the door, looked back once more at Lily. "Merry Christmas," she said. "Merry Christmas," he replied. He never expected to see her again. The next morning, Ethan woke up on silk sheets. His head throbbed. His body felt heavy. The room smelled like fresh flowers and something expensive he couldn't name. He sat up too fast. The room was massive, Tall windows, white curtains, a fireplace, a chandelier. Panic hit him hard. "Lily," he whispered. The door opened immediately. A woman stepped in. Clara, but not the Clara from the bus stop. Her hair was styled perfectly. She wore a soft cream sweater, calm, confident, controlled. "You scared me," Ethan said, his voice rough. "You fainted," she replied gently. "You were exhausted. Don't worry, your daughter is safe." Relief crashed through him so hard his eyes burned. "Where is she?" "Having breakfast with the staff." "Staff?" he repeated. Clara took a breath. "Ethan, there's something I need to explain." Before she could continue, Lily ran in. "Daddy!" she shouted, jumping into his arms. "This place is huge!" He held her tight, eyes never leaving Clara. After Lily was distracted by a tray of pancakes, Clara spoke quietly. "This is my home." Ethan looked around again, slower this time. "Mansion," he said. She nodded. "I'm the CEO of Hartwell Industries." The name hit him like ice. Everyone knew Hartwell, tech, media, billions. He laughed once, short, disbelieving. "You're kidding." "I'm not." Silence stretched. "You were crying at a bus stop," he said. "I was human," she replied. "For once." He stood up, swaying slightly. "Why am I here?" "You collapsed outside your building. My driver was watching. I recognized you. I followed you home after last night. I wanted to make sure you were okay." "That's not normal behavior," he said. She smiled sadly. "Neither is trusting a stranger with your life." "But you did." His anger flared suddenly. Was this some kind of test? Some rich person experiment? Her face fell. "No," she said firmly. "I was alone last night. Truly alone. And you helped me without knowing who I was." He looked at Lily, laughing at the table. "You could have helped us," he said quietly. "Any time. But you didn't." "I didn't know," Clara said. "And when I did, I didn't want to cross a line." "What line?" "The one between gratitude and control." He didn't respond. Later that day, Clara showed him documents. His job loss, his debt, his rent. "I can fix all of it," she said. "One signature." Ethan pushed the papers back. "No." She blinked. "Why?" "Because I don't want my daughter growing up thinking kindness is a transaction." Clara stared at him for a long moment. Then she smiled. "That's why I didn't tell you who I was." They spent Christmas together. Lily explored the mansion like it was a castle. Clara watched Ethan quietly, noticing how he listened more than he spoke, how he always put Lily first, how he flinched when someone offered too much. That night, Clara knocked on his door. "I want to offer you a job," she said. He raised an eyebrow. "Doing what?" "Running a foundation. For people like you. People who help without asking." He hesitated. "No money handouts," he said. "Real chances." She nodded. "Exactly." Months passed. Ethan moved into a modest house Clara arranged. No mansion, no luxury. Just warmth, stability. The foundation changed lives. So did Clara. One evening, after Lily fell asleep, Ethan and Clara sat on the porch. "You know," he said, "I never thanked you." She smiled. "For what?" "For trusting me back." Their hands brushed. Neither pulled away. Love came slowly, carefully, like something fragile that had survived a storm. On the anniversary of that Christmas, Ethan stood in the mansion again. This time, he wasn't lost. He belonged. Lily ran ahead, laughing. Clara slipped her hand into his. And for the first time since his wife had passed, Ethan felt whole. Not because he was rich, but because kindness had come back to him, stronger, louder, and full of light.